Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Today is Sunday, October the 1st. So we're starting a new month. And I have here Kateshi Borbor. Good morning. Damaris, Luis, Gabriela, Jocelyn, Natalia, Juan, Milady, and Daniela. Thanks for being here. Thanks for, I know it's a Sunday, but we're here. We have a goal, and this is our goal, and it's going to be accomplished today. Hi, Carlita. Morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to everyone. Okay, let me start by checking who's here and who's maybe not yet. Okay. Okay, let me see. I think Milady. Milady's here, right? Milady,
Present, teacher.
hi. Good morning, Milady. Let me see. Katesh is here. Luis, Kateshi, hi. I got it. Okay, excellent. She's always paying attention. Luisito Cabello, I know Luisito is here, right? Hi. Okay, Damaris, I know Damaris is here, right?
Present.
Hi, Damaris, good morning. Wendy, she's not yet. Let me see. No. Okay, let me see. This is Natalia. Natalia, I'm sorry. I got it. Natalia's here. Wendy, let me see. There's two more people coming in. Just let me have them coming in. Okay, that's Luis. Okay. Okay, so I was calling Wendy, but she's not yet. Jessica, I think she's not ready yet. Let me see. But Daniela is here, right? Daniela. Hi, Luis. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? So Jessica is not here yet, but Carlita is here, right? And Luis is back. Gabby is here, right? Juliana. Thank you, Gabby. Thank you. I got it. I got you. I don't know if Juliana. I think Juliana, she's not ready yet, right? Jocelyn is here. Ernesto is not yet. Let me see. Trying to check. Not missing anyone. Wilson. Oh, Wilson said he was not gonna be able to make it. So he's not gonna be here today. Juan. I think Juan is here, right? Hello, Juanito.
Yes, present.
Okay. Juan and Juan Guillermo. I need another Juan. Okay, my other Juan is, I think he's not yet. Okay. But whenever if there's someone knocking at the virtual door, let me know. Okay, so I can check their attendance. Okay. And thank you, Gabby. I got you. I mean, is there anything you want to ask? Gabby? No? Because you have your hand like this. Okay, so while we wait for the other guys, I want to do something with you just so everyone can wake up, and I want you to answer some questions. Okay, but first of all, let me have the screen ready. Okay, let me share this with you through the chat. Okay, so I'm adding the link in Zoom. Let me see, I didn't grab it. Wendy's here. Okay, just give me 1 second. Let me fix it. Hi, Wendy. Okay.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Okay. Let me see, Jessica's coming in too. Okay, so while I let them in and I record their assistant, you can start grabbing the first link, and that is a link to WordWall. Ernesto's here. Let me have your attendance, okay? Before we do anything else, so I will not forget. So Wendy's here, right? And let me see, Jessica. Is Jessica here now?
Good morning, teacher.
Hi, Jessica. Let me see, I got you. Then I'll do the check marks because sometimes they don't work. So Juliana's not yet, right? But Ernesto's here, Jessica's here, and Wendy, right?
Good morning, teacher.
Hi, good morning. Juan, I'm missing Juan Vera, right? I don't know if Juan is here. I think he's not yet, right? Okay. Okay, and let's go back to 1 second. Okay. Okay. So yesterday we were practicing something about past simple, right? By now we know that past simple allows people to describe actions that happen or events that already happened and they were finished in the past. So I went to the movies yesterday and I watched a very interesting movie about drama. It was a drama movie. So I enjoyed it very much. I had some popcorn. I went with my family. So I'm describing something that already happened, but it's not happening now, right? It happened yesterday and it was done. It's finished. So but I want to know something about you. Tell me something about you. So that was about me, right? Okay, but I don't want just me doing all the questions. Luis, can you ask the other Luis? So I'm gonna have my two Luises. When was the last time he visited a zoo or an amusement park? Okay, Luisito. So Luis Nieto is gonna ask that question to Luis Cabello. So it's not gonna be me always, asking questions.
Luis Nieto, ¿verdad?
Okay. Okay. Can you ask Luis Cabello? Luisito, are you listening?
Ya, le dio la pregunta, ¿verdad? Que está en rojo.
Yes, please.
The last time you went to a zoo or an amusement park.
What is an amusement park? Give me an example of an amusement park. Okay, I'll give you an example. In Guayaquil, when we have Fiestas de Guayaquil or Fiestas de Octubre, coming up really soon, we always have Playland Park. So Playland Park is an amusement park that comes to the city every year, just for this holiday, during the holiday season, because everybody wants to go out and they go with their families, and usually that usually happens in holiday weekends, or holiday dates, right? So Luisito, when was the last time you went to the zoo or maybe an amusement park? Can you tell us, Luis Cabello? And you can write in the chat maybe if you cannot turn your microphone on. Let me know, please. Okay, Luis, can we ask somebody else? Let me see. Can you ask Damaris again?
Luis Nieto, ¿verdad? Es que me
Okay,
confundí.
you know what? Let's make another question. Okay, let's use a new question. Okay. The last time you slept in, what does it mean to sleep in? Sometimes you stay over at a friend's house or maybe at a family or one of your relatives. Sometimes you go to the beach and then there's someone who lives close and you have to sleep in for the night. because you're not going into a hotel, so you sleep in with friends or with family members. So when was the last time it happened, Damaris?
When I went to the holiday
Uh-huh.
and I went to dinner,
Okay.
I we my family sleep in a hotel.
Okay. So you didn't sleep at a relative house, but you sleep in a hotel, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. But that was the last time. Okay, good. Thank you, Damaris. So let's have another question. This is everything about the past, something that already happened. Now I am going to ask Reese, when was the last time you went to the cinema? Which movie did you watch? Is Luis here? Okay, he's trying to remember. So Luis, when was the last time you went to the movies? And which movie did you watch?
The last week.
Last week.
¿Qué fue? La monja. De la
Oh, okay. So that's an horror movie, right? Very scary movie. Okay, thank you. So let's keep asking somebody else. Okay, let's see. A memorable experience with your family. Kateshi, something you could share. A very nice experience with your family. She's trying to remember. Maybe with your parents or your sister, if you have a sister or brothers or cousins. It could be a wedding, it could be, I don't know.
¿Cómo se dice cuando nació mi hermanita?
Oh, when your little sister was born?
Sí,
Okay.
después de 18 años.
Wow.
Era chiquitita.
Wow. So how old are you? So you're 18.
Sí.
Okay. So after 18 years, she had a little sister, right? So you have a baby sister now. Good. And that's memorable, right? So maybe you were not expecting to have a baby sister now, but you have it. Good, good. Let me see. I don't know what happened with my spinning wheel. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Kateshi. Okay, I'm gonna make another question. Let me see. Somebody else. Let me make it bigger. Okay, Wendy, what did you did last weekend? Not this weekend, but last weekend.
Last weekend. Study. Perdón. Excuse me, last week.
Last week.
Yes. Bueno, lo digo, tengo que decirlo en inglés, ¿cierto?
Right, obviously. That's the point.
A ver, déjame organizar mi idea, porque estaba organizando en cuanto a lo que es el recuerdo memorable, pero no me tocó esa pregunta.
No.
Yeah.
It could be yesterday. So what did you do yesterday? Because I know you had something yesterday. That's why you could not be here, right?
A ver, I meet with my brother
Okay.
to play guitar
Good.
yesterday.
Oh, that was
to play
yesterday.
guitar and sing. I like sing so much.
Okay, okay. So yesterday you met with your brother and you were playing the guitar and singing. And that happened yesterday. Good. Okay, thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. Okay, let's keep spinning the wheel. Let me see another question. Now we're gonna ask Melbourne, but we don't have Melbourne here, so let's just use another question because we're not living in Melbourne or close. Okay, Carla, a person you met last week. Is it someone you recently met? Someone you never met before?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I just only had an English class last week.
Okay, it could be about this class, right? 2 weeks ago, you met, how many people did you met? How many are we? Let me see. You met your new teacher, right? You didn't know me before, right? Now you know me.
Oh, yes, I have a person.
Yeah, okay.
I knew my new boss.
Okay, okay. So you met your new boss.
Yes,
Is it a female or male?
Mel,
Is it a lady or a gentleman?
gentleman, it's a man.
Okay, it's a male. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's someone you recently met. Maybe
Yes.
it wasn't last week, but that happened recently.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, let's keep spinning the wheel. Let me see, somebody else. Okay, this is interesting. Let me see, somebody else. Natalia, what you had for lunch yesterday? Try to remember. What did you eat yesterday?
I ate fritada.
Oh, nice. That's delicious. Anything else that you can remember?
It's not for lunch, but it's like
Dessert.
dessert.
Okay.
Yeah. I ate churros with my mom.
Ooh, delicious. I'm trying to think myself. I had chocolate cake and I really like it. Okay, and that happened already. That was yesterday. Thank you, Natalia. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see. Somebody else. Let's keep spinning the wheel. See. Okay, this is interesting. Juan, when was the last time you went to a park? Juan Sobenis.
The last time,
Yeah.
3 weeks ago,
Okay.
yes,
Which
Uh-huh.
park did you go?
a park in Bogotá. I go to visit the city.
Oh, so you went, it wasn't in Ecuador. It was not
Uh-huh.
here.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Juan. Thanks for sharing. Last time you went to a park. Let me see. Let's take that question out and let's keep spinning the wheel. Let me see somebody else, somebody else, somebody else. I have a lot of questions. Oh, that was already done, right? Okay. I don't know why they keep coming out. Because I want to have, other questions. This is done already. Okay. Let's spin it again. Oh, this is interesting. A frightening experience you had. Something that was really scary. Is there someone who wants to share something frightening? Frightening, something like terrifying or frightening or scary that maybe happened to you sometime in the past. Juliana, Gabby. Is there anybody else? Daniela, Jocelyn. Because I don't know if you I have never, so I cannot tell anything about those kind of experience myself. But Daniela, have you ever had a frightening experience before? Something that was like spooky?
Yes, I think
Really?
I was in the shower
Okay.
and I see a cockroach.
Oh,
The cockroach jumped on me.
oh, that is frightening.
Yes.
Oh, no, that is really frightening. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you so much. A cockroach. And when they fly, oh, no, forget it. I will die. Okay, one more. Oh, this is interesting. What you did before class? What were you doing before class started, Juliana? What you did before class?
La alarma no sonó, por eso
Oh.
entré tarde.
So the alarm didn't ring, and you were so if I ask you what you did before class, you were sleeping.
Yes, I sorry.
Mhm.
My dog
Okay.
wake me.
Oh, your dog woke you up. Your dog.
Ajá,
So he wakes you
7 o'clock.
at 7, okay.
Ajá, and I put other alarm and no,
And
y no me salió bien.
it didn't have, yeah, it didn't work. So after the dog woke you up, you set the alarm again so you can sleep maybe 1 more hour, right? Up to 8 maybe.
Yes.
But then it didn't work. Okay, so that's what happened before you came to class. Okay, don't worry, Juliana. Thank you. One more. Let's see. Gabby, I'm still missing Gabby, right? The last time you played a game or sport, Gabby, what was it? Was it maybe last week or last month or months ago? Can you remember?
Maybe last week. I don't remember, but I believe that was maybe last week.
Okay, and which sport did you play?
A game.
It could be a game or a sport.
A-
And which game?
A game in my cell phone.
Okay, a cell phone game. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you so much, Gabby. Okay, one more. I have a lot of questions. Something interesting you did last week. Okay, Juan Vera, we haven't heard you. Juanito. Something interesting, but it's not something you're doing now. It's something that happened already last week. One. I think one. Okay, there he is. You can use the chat maybe if you want to write it down. No? Juan a la una, Juan a las dos.
I think he has a problem with the audio.
Maybe. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Daniela. So let's ask somebody else. Ernesto, something interesting you did last week. Maybe you met someone, maybe you went somewhere, maybe a place you didn't know before. Maybe you try a new food. Maybe you visited someone. Maybe you had a frightening experience. So Ernesto, something interesting happened last week. Okay, he's getting ready.
Teacher me preguntó.
Yes, something interesting that happened to you before, in the past. And you can write it down if you want, or you can
I
type
leave
it.
a la family.
You went where? Try it. Listen.
I visit a la family.
Okay, you visit some family. Okay, good. So that might be interesting. You visited your family. And where do they live?
Mhm.
And what is the name of the place? Or where do they live? Where? Is it maybe where you live? You can type it. If you don't know maybe how to pronounce it, you can type it in here in the chat. Okay, Ernesto. Thank you. Let me see, one more. I think I'm missing Jessica, right? Where's Jessica? A hobby you used to have but don't do anymore. I think we're missing a hobby you used to do before but you're not doing any longer. Maybe you used to play something, maybe you used to play a sport, maybe you used to ride a bike, but you're not doing it now.
Listen to music.
Okay, so you used to listen to music. What kind of music?
Música, romantic music.
Okay, so maybe you used to listen to romantic music, but now maybe you're not listening to that kind of music. Okay, thank you, Jessica. Okay, and that was our spinning wheel. Am I missing someone? I think I have not. I have tried to ask everyone at least one question because it's always interesting to have this interaction and to get to know you a little bit more, right? Now, there's something I want you to do. Let's go back to Moodle. Yesterday, we were working on units 2A and 2B. I believe we finished unit 2A student book and unit 2B, 2A workbook, right? This is where we are done by now. But now there's something, we're gonna move on to unit 2B. We're going to work hard in order to finish everything about second unit, about unit number 2. Every unit is always sectioned into A, to B, and to C. So let's try to go and to move through all these activities. Let me show, this is going to be in Moodle. It's already visible for you, but don't try to do the quizzes now because I want you to do something else. I'll show you something else. My slides, right? So these are going to be the slides we're going to be using today. As usual, they are taken from the book, which is where all the Moodle activities are based on, right? I think I mentioned this before. So this is our welcoming message to Sunday, October 1st. So it's a welcome not just to the class, but it's a welcome to a new month, right? It's a new beginning, okay? So if you click in here, you will find the wheel, right? With all the questions. So if you want to go through the questions sometime to practice, once you click in here in welcome, you will find the spinning wheel. Now, we're gonna talk about descriptions, right? I think by now we can describe how people are dressed, or how people look like, right? If they're thin or chubby or tall or short, or what are they wearing, right? If we were to describe what is happening in the picture, what happened? Who's this guy? I think everybody knows him, right? But I want you to go in some other details besides what are they wearing or how do they look like, but what was happening when it was taken? Tengo aquí
The players celebrate.
Okay, they were celebrating, right? What were they celebrating?
The championship.
Messi.
Okay. Oh, that's Messi, right? Everybody knows Messi. So that's the famous, I think it's one of the most famous football players in the world, right? And they were celebrating what? I think Carla said. I think you
Maybe it's the championship.
yes, of course. So Argentina won the World championship, right? So they were celebrating the victory, right? So they finally won the world, and it's the world championship. It's not just something that happened in Europe or in America. I mean, they're the best players in the whole world, the best team in the world. So it's something that is really, it makes them really happy, right? So now I want you to add in these little bubbles something. Can you write down something about the description? For example, I think Carla said they were celebrating, right? So can you write it down in here? It could be just one sentence.
Miss, please, you can
Share.
share, yes.
Okay, of course.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm gonna share the link in the chat so you can access and you can help me. Okay, because we can do this orally, but I want you to try to write something about it. It might be about the physical description. It might be about their expressions. I mean, how they were feeling. How do you think they're feeling? I mean, if you won the world championship, how can you feel? And what was happening? Were they just celebrating? Why are they carrying Messi on their shoulders? I think there's a guy having Messi in here on his back, and they are, besides being happy, how are they feeling and what are they doing? I think some of them are also, there's some people taking pictures, right? So there's people recording videos about the whole celebration, and it's a huge celebration. Okay, thank you. Don't forget to add your names, please. Because it's very important to add your names. This is not actually taken from the book. This is something I wanted you to practice about. So it's not a quiz, but it's really important to me, right? Because this is how I want you to practice besides doing the quizzes, right? Okay, according to Carla, they are celebrating the World Championship. Okay, if once you're done writing, can you read your sentence? That would be nice.
They are celebrating the World Championship.
But Carla, I'm asking you something. Is it something happening now, or is it something that already happened? When was this?
Wow, I can't remember.
But I think it's something that already happened in the past, right? It's not something that is happening right now. I mean, the description, it goes beyond just, I want you to guess and try to think. They are celebrating. In the picture, they're celebrating, but it's not something that really happened now. So we might say that they are celebrating or that they were celebrating, right? Okay. So this is just something that is a description that it will be useful to learn something new. Okay, so they are celebrating in the picture, but this already happened. I think it happened in 2022, right? That was the Qatar 2022 World Championship, right, Luis? Okay, so they were celebrating, right? And this happened in 2022, right? According to, let me see, there's somebody else. Kateshi, can you read yours?
Messi was happy because he's the world champion.
Okay, so if we describe the picture, we could say that Messi is happy, right? But if it's not something that happened right now, Messi was happy back at a time. Back in 2002, Messi was really happy. He was thrilled. I think he was even crying, right? Because he became the team, right? Argentina became the world champion. Thank you, Kateshi. Let me see, Damaris, can you read yours?
They were celebrating the World Cup.
Okay, they were celebrating, they were crying, they were shouting, they were, because some of them are even shouting, like that, because they were so excited. They were excited. Daniela, can you read yours?
Yes, they were excited, and some of them were screaming.
Yeah, besides just shouting, they were screaming, "Ah, we want the World Cup," like that. So they were screaming. According to Juliana, what were they doing? Can you read yours?
The players celebrating won the World Cup.
Okay, the players were celebrating. Why? Because, right? Because they won the World Cup. And when did that happen? It happened in 2022, I believe, because I'm not really sure. According to Jessica, I think, Jessica, we have to rephrase the sentence. They were celebrating. Celebrating is just one R and it's ing. Good. They were celebrating a triumph. Yes, because they were the winners, right? According to Milady, they were celebrating the game they won. Because I think it's, I mean, they're celebrating as a team, right? And they look happy, right? Now, if we describe the picture, they look happy, right? Good. Okay, let me see. I think I have one more. Natalia, can you read yours?
They were very happy and excited to win the World Cup.
Okay, they were really happy and excited to win the World Cup. Okay, okay, because you're already saying that they were happy and excited. Good, excellent, excellent, Natalia. Now, I think I have not added more bubbles, but we can also double them. This is how I did it. So I'm adding one more in here, and we might add another one in here. I didn't want to I mean, I didn't want the picture to not be visible to you, right? That's why I didn't add more bubbles, but we can do it now because we know what the picture is about, right? So I might have 2 or 3 more bubbles. If there is somebody else who wants to still add more information, you can still do it, okay? Now I'm gonna show you another picture. This is not happening, this is not about football, but this is about a moment in history. And it didn't happen in Qatar or Argentina. It happened in, okay, Luis, let me share the link again. Let me share the link for Luis in the chat. Just give me 1 second, Luis. There you go, so you can access, okay? So there's the link in the chat again. So this is something that it didn't happen, as I mentioned, in Argentina. It happened in the US. I don't know if you can notice the US flag is somewhere around people in the picture, right? So this was a photo taken by a photographer called Tom Pilston, and it was taken in 2008. What do you think is happening? When I saw the picture for the first time, September 11 came to my mind, right? That was a very sad event. It happened in New York, happening in New York in 2000, but that was in 2011. But this was before 9/11, the Twin Towers being taken down. This happened in 2008, so I didn't really know what was happening in this right moment when the picture was taken. So what do you think is happening? And that was an historical moment for the US. Wait, I'm sorry. Can you guess? Can someone guess what was happening? Milady, what do you think? Jocelyn, Damaris. Can you write it down in the chat, please? I'm gonna write the question in the chat. What was happening in the picture when it was taken in 2008? Oh, I'm sorry. And there are some questions about this picture, but we're gonna read it. But I want you to guess what could be happening. Is it something related to war? Maybe. Is it something related to, was it an accident happening? Was it a natural disaster happening?
Barack Obama.
Okay, what happened with Barack Obama? What was unusual about Mr. Obama back in 2008? Okay, let me read the chat. Obama's victory, yes, elections result. What was it different about Mr. Obama? Before Mr. Obama, did the U.S. had a black male president before or not? No. Oh, so he became the first black male U.S. president. So that was an historical moment for them because people were waiting for the final election results. So it was, they were just like looking at the screens. Back at the time, we didn't have YouTube. There was no social media. So there was not a way of getting or grabbing information right at the moment, right? We have to wait for the news. We have to watch the news to see to know who won the elections, right? And that happened also in Ecuador. Nowadays, with everything is digital and we can access social media, we can keep looking at exit poll. Well, right now, I think it's not available. We have to wait until I think 9 o'clock to get the final election results, right? But back in 2008, people were really anxious to know who won the elections. And it was actually Mr. Barack Obama who won the presidential elections for the first time. And that was an historical moment for the United States. So now let's read it. Let's read the whole article. I think this is taken from the book, but I wanted you to have this in here. Let me try to make it bigger. Let me try to move it a little bit. Try to move this so we can read. Just give me one moment. Make it like this. I'll try to make it bigger. Even if I have to change the size of the slide. Give me 1 second. It might be a little tricky. Okay, there, I got it. I got it. Okay, is it better like this? I think it's much better, right? I try to make it bigger. Okay, take this out. Okay, can someone help me reading, please? Is there anybody who wants to read? A volunteer? Natalia, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
A moment in history.
Mhm.
On 4th November, I arrived in Chicago late in the evening.
Okay.
I went to photograph Barack Obama and his family in the convention center. But when I got there, I discovered that I didn't have my press pass and I couldn't go inside.
Mhm.
I walked around the park outside the center. Although it was November, it was a warm night.
Mhm.
The atmosphere was wonderful. When I took this photo, everybody was looking at the TV screens, waiting for the election results.
Mhm.
Some people were quietly holding hands and smiling. Others were tense and nervous. They felt that it was their moment. Suddenly, I realized that this was a better place to be than inside. I was watching Obama's victory, so the faces of all these people, African, Hispanic, Chinese, white, at about 11 o'clock, the results were announced, and everybody went mad. People started lauding, shouting, and crying. But when Obama made his speech, they all became quiet and emotional. There was only one place to be on the planet that night, and I was there.
So he felt that he was living an historical moment or a moment in history, because having Mr. Barack Obama winning the presidential elections in the United States, it was really something. It was an historical moment. It was exciting. It was shocking for some people, but for most of citizens expecting results. I don't know if you have ever been in the United States. I had the opportunity to go there, and I know that there's a lot. It's not just white people. I mean, they have people from all over the world. You might think that these American people they're only white or blue-eyed or blonde, and it's not really like that. United States is the home for people who are coming from every place around the world. So there's a lot of African people, Hispanic people, people coming from every country in America, Chinese people, European people, Asian people, all over the world. So having him as the first Black male president was historical for them. So that's why they became emotional, and people were shouting, crying, laughing. They were celebrating. It wasn't just like the winning the world championship, but it was something like really something that impact people in different ways. So that's a description about this picture. It's something that changed everybody's lives back in 2008. Okay, so the photographer is describing the whole moment, right? What he was doing, how people were feeling, right? And he's giving a description about everything, even why he was there, what was the weather like. According to the weather, he said in November it's usually cold already, but it wasn't that cold. He said it was a warm night. And where did he take the picture, and how was he sorry that he couldn't go inside the center? No, he said that he was at the right moment in the right place, and he had the opportunity to be living the moment, right? So that's taken from the book. But now let's go to Muru, okay, to do the first practice, the first quiz practice. Okay, let me see. I'll show you Muru now. And it's the same picture, right? And this is taken from Unit 2B, and it's called The Story Behind the Photo, behind the picture. And it's the same picture about the presidential results in 2008. And this is the reading, right? That's the text. And these are some questions. Now, what do you think the photographer thought of this photo was better than a photo of Obama himself? So he could have just tried or managed to approach Mr. Obama and have his picture taken instead of having a picture of people watching the results. How was it different for him as a photographer? What do you think? Juan, Gabi, Jocelyn. That's an interesting question. What did he say at the very end? In the last two lines, he said, there was only one place to be on the planet that night, and I was there. He was describing that he couldn't see through people's faces the results. So he was trying to guess what could be the final, who could be the next president just by looking at their expressions, at the way that their faces look like, right? So it was very interesting. Now, this is the first practice. Let me see, I'll show you now. I don't know why it always comes out in Spanish. I'm always changing it to English, the platform. Let me see, okay, this is done. Okay, let me exit this mode. And we are right now on, this is where we are, the story behind the photo, right? And I think that's going to be the first activity, the first quiz. So do they describe actions that happen? And this is the first one. Okay, let's read it. When I took this photo, everybody was looking at their TV screens, waiting for the election results. Some people were quietly holding hands and smiling. Others were tense and nervous. So, do they describe actions that happen? Or what do you think? And that is the first quiz, and this is unit 2B, right? What do you think?
Yes.
What could be the question? I mean, the answer in here. There's two different options, actually. There's two options. After he took the photo, or at the same time as he took the photo. Let me see the chat. At the same time, right? Thank you, milady. So is he describing actions that happen after taking the picture, or at the same time as he was trying to find the perfect spot for the perfect picture? And it was actually that situation, right? It wasn't after, it was at the same time, and that's it. Okay, there's just one question. Okay, and you have already the options. Okay, so try. Okay, I think Luis is done. Okay, let me move this one moment. Okay. Okay, Luis tried it once, but then he tried again. Milady, good. Natalia, Carlita, Damaris. Missing some people. I'm missing Ernesto, Juan Guillermo, Juan Vera. I'm missing other people. Let me rephrase again where we are. We are on unit 2B, and this is the first activity from the student book, okay? And there's just one question. And this is called quiz 2A. Do they describe actions that happen? And there was two options, just two options in, for the question. Let me show you the questions again and the options. When I took this photo, everybody was looking at the TV screen, but people were like this. Like within 2 more weeks, we're gonna be the same, believe it or not. Today, I think we have the presidential debate, right? Tenemos el debate. So everybody's gonna be watching. Are you gonna be watching the debate tonight? I think it's happening tonight, right? What do you think, Damaris, Luis, Jocelyn, Juan? Are you guys going to be watching the presidential debate today, tonight? How are you gonna be feeling? What do you think? So we're gonna go through somehow a similar situation, right? So everybody was looking at the screens. People were quietly holding hands, smiling, praying, waiting, with a lot of expectations, right? Others were tense, nervous, and that happened right at the same time as the picture was taken. So that is the description about. Okay, vamos a ver quiénes más han terminado. Let me see. Juanito, I have my Juanes there. Wendy is done. Good. Damaris, Kateshi. There's just one question. Daniela, Gabi, What is Juliana? Oh, Juliana's done. I have Juan Guillermo, but I'm missing Juan. Okay. Juan Sobenix. What is my other Juan? I'm missing my other Juan. Okay, go ahead and do it. It's just one question. You're not gonna be spending that much time. Okay, Luis, good. Can see you there. Okay, let's keep moving. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so that was just the first quiz, right? The first practice. Now, oh, this is not the one. We are here. 2, right? That was the picture. That was the historical event. Okay. And that was the first quiz, right? Do they describe actions that happen? And now the book provides, it will be doing this in the grammar section. We're always going to be learning something about the language, right? Something about different structures of the language. So let me stop sharing that for now, and let's go back to my slides where I have something else that I wanted to show you on my slides. It's in here. So that was the reading, right? And now there's going to be a new structure called past continuous, right? What is it about? How and when do we use past continuous? By now we know past simple, right? Actions that happen in the past, stay in the past, and they were finished in the past. So I went to the movie theater, I watched the movie, and that was it. I came back home, y se acabó. I'm not still watching any movie. I watched it yesterday. The movie was finished and the action was completed. But past continuous is not really the same. Past continuous, we use it to describe an action in progress at a specific moment in the past. So when we were describing this picture, remember, we are not really describing what is happening now, right? We're describing what was happening. How were they feeling? They were excited. They were celebrating. They were happy. They were shouting. They were screaming. They were holding hands. According to this picture, people were, they were praying. That happened in the past, but while it was happening, we're describing what was happening right at that moment, how they might be feeling. And this is past continuous, okay? We often use it to describe situations at the beginning of a story. When it's like telling a story, right? When you're telling a story, once upon a time, the 3 little piggies were living in the forest. Just like telling a story. So we're describing actions that were happening in the past, but they're not happening now, but we're describing them, okay? So how can you write a sentence? How can you write a positive or negative statement? You always need a personal pronoun. It might be I, he, she, it, we, but now we're gonna be using an auxiliary form, using the verb to be, but in past tense, okay? I was working yesterday with you. You were practicing Alticia. You were doing the practice in Moodle. So we were describing what we were doing yesterday, but that was yesterday. But still we're describing everything that we were doing, all the events, it's a sequence of different events. We were working. I was sharing my screen. I was asking questions. I was checking how you were working. I was talking to you. So that's something that happened yesterday, but we're describing them, okay? So we can make positive statements, negative statements. We can make questions, but this is just the rules, right? But let's do one of the practices. So let me share, this is going to be the first practice. I'll share this in the chat in Zoom. Just give me 1 second. Oh no, that's not the one. Let me have one more time. Okay, I'll share something with you now. And this is going to be our first past continuous practice, okay? Okay. So, who wants to share the screen? ¿Quién comparte la pantalla instead of me? Luis, can you share your screen? Can you access the last link in Wordwall and can you share your screen so everybody can see it?
Yo puedo compartir.
Of course, thank you. Okay, good. Thank you, Juliana. And I'm having in my computer, I'm having the same link open so I can practice too, right? Okay, so Juliana, let's start. Okay. My family and I, so there's gonna be some missing gaps. We have to find the right structure. If I am describing what was happening at the concert, we went with my family. My family and I.
Where?
Where? Because we're not talking about one people. We're talking about more than two people, right? Okay, good. The girl, if it's she, oh, Wilson is back. The girl
Was selling.
Was
Selling.
selling.
the girl was selling the souvenirs at the souvenir stall. So she was selling something. If it's about me, a leather jacket, not the coat. So instead of wearing a coat, I wasn't wearing a coat, I was wearing a leather jacket. Okay. At first, if it's we, it's not gonna be just me.
We're leaving.
At first, in the very beginning, we were living in a huge mansion. Then maybe they moved. Okay, number 5. What? If it's Tom and Robert, 2 people, right?
We're doing.
What Tom and Robert were doing, and we don't have any other information. Were my parents walking the dog? That's a question. Are they walking the dog? I think they were not. They were reading something, right? Instead of walking the dog. So no, they, If you are answering to that kind of question, you need to use the same auxiliary form. No, they were not. They weren't. Was she running at the party? Was she dancing at the party? I think she's not running or dancing. She wasn't really, right? If it's she, it's not gonna be where, it's gonna be was, right? She wasn't dancing, she was sleeping, right? Now, there's a question. And if it's about the cat.
Was playing.
Was the cat playing with a ball? Okay, good. One more. When do we use past continuous? To talk about finished past actions or to describe actions in progress in the past? Is it A or B?
B.
Okay, good. It's B. Excellent. Okay, let's keep moving. I have one more. How do we form the past continuous?
Was Versailles. There.
So it's gonna be always a subject. I was a subject. I was working yesterday. I was sharing my screen to my students, right? Which sentence is correct? I was having lunch tomorrow at 12, or yesterday at 12, I was having lunch.
B.
B, because I'm describing something happening in the past at a specific time. Which sentence is correct? They weren't watching TV at 7 in the morning, or they wasn't doing the homework at 9. If I am talking about they,
Hey.
Is it they weren't or they wasn't? They weren't, right? Because it's plural form. It's more than 2 people. Good. And this is just a brief review about past continuous. And that's going to be like the first practice. Thank you very much, Juliana, for sharing your screen. Now let's try to do the first practice in Moodle, okay? So let me close that for now. And I think we have the first practices in here. Let's see. I think I have it on the slides too. See, let me see what else do I have in the slide. Oh, this is something else that might be helpful. It's not really taken from the book, but I was trying to find something that could be useful too as an additional resource. What is the difference between simple past and past continuous? It might be difficult to identify at the beginning, but has everything in its practice. What is the difference between simple past and past continuous? We use simple past to talk about completed actions in the past, maybe habits or facts happening in the past. I went to the cinema, it's finished. I always visited my grandparents in the summer holiday when I was a little child, when I was very small, when I was 4, when I was 7, I used to visit my grandparents, and that happened in the past. I lived near Cuenca for a couple of years, maybe. So that's something that already happened. But I'm not really describing. I'm just saying that I live in Quito 4 years ago. I'm not living in Quito anymore, right? I'm living in Guayaquil now. On the other hand, past continuous is used to express interrupted actions at a specific time as an interruption and parallel action. So I was watching TV when the phone rang. I was teaching in Zoom when someone called me on my cell phone. Okay, so I was doing something, but then it was interrupted by another action. Last night at 7 p.m., I was having dinner. I'm describing what I was doing last night. While she was doing her homework, her brother was playing football. So while I am working, my family is still outside. They might be eating, they might be going outside, they might be doing homework, they might be working while I am still in here. That is something that I am describing about maybe yesterday, okay? So this is something that I wanted to share with you, just so you can have it besides the book, right? And there's something else. So let's go to Moodle to see if we can do this grammar practice, okay? So let's go to the first one, grammar practice 1A. Complete the sentences with a verb in the past continuous. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I was eating dinner, so I didn't answer the phone. Okay. What about number 1? That's the first one. That's just an example. I took this photo when my wife in the garden.
Was working.
Was working. Good. What about number 2? He met his wife. I think it's his wife, not his wife. He met his wife when
Living.
he was living. Oh, living. Be careful when writing. So he met his wife when he was living in Japan. Number 3, they
Were waiting.
they weren't. I think we need an apostrophe here. Waiting for us. They were not waiting for us when we arrived, but we make it shorter is they weren't waiting for us. Okay, and this is a question. She a coat when she went out. Was she
wearing?
Was she wearing a coat when she went out? So I'm asking her friend. And I'm missing E in here, wearing. Okay, the sun. What happened with the sun? It was
shining.
It was shining And here we need to add ing always. So there's the auxiliary form of the verb to be in the past plus the main verb plus ing. So the sun was shining when I left for work. Number 6. What if it's you? Is it
What were you
or where?
doing?
What were you doing at 7:30 last night? You're asking maybe your friend or your sister. What were you doing? Well, maybe she was calling and she didn't answer, so she's asking. When you gave instructions, it happened to students.
Wasn't listening.
I weren't.
I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening to Miss Diana when she was saying that we were going back to Moodle, or maybe because I got distracted. I wasn't listening when you gave instructions. It might happen. And number 8, we
Weren't watching.
We were not watching TV when you phoned. So I'm explaining. We were not watching TV when you phone, and that's it. So just be very careful with double spaces or auxiliary forms and things like that. Okay, let me see. How are we doing? Luisito is done. Okay. Milady. Natalia. Wendy's working. Kateshi.
Sí, Miguel, la voy a hacer, que abrí otra por error y la estoy haciendo.
Don't
Teacher,
worry.
a question.
Yes,
Eh,
of course.
the sentence number 2, what is the answer? Correct answer.
Okay. Let me see. Let me go back. Number 2. He met his wife when he was living in Japan. Oh, but he is again given when he was living in Japan. That should be the right answer. I mean,
Lo que pasa, yo puse he was living, pero me sale como error. Ajá.
Es wax living.
when
Es was,
Tiene que
ajá,
borrar
esa
el
me sale.
he.
Ah, estaba confundida entonces. Por eso que está mal. Por eso me sale
Yeah.
como error. Ajá.
Uh-huh. Try again. Don't worry. Okay. But thanks for asking. And thank you for helping. Milady. Let me see. Milady, are you, she tried. Okay, she tried again. Daniela, Juan, Carlita, Juliana, Gaby, Ernesto. Good. Daniela, Luis. Okay, good. Good. I'll give you some time so you can finish. Okay, good. Takeshi. Okay. Okay, so let's see if we can move on to next quiz. I think we always have like Grammar Bank 1A and Grammar Bank 1B, right? So that was 1A, and let's see, past simple or past continuous. You know what? Let's play a game. This is gonna be like a rehearsal before we do that practice between past simple and past continuous, since it might be tricky, but let me see. Let me share something with you now. Now that everybody's here, so I'm really happy. I have Wilson here, and I have Luis, and I have Wendy. So I wanted to play this yesterday, but I said, no, I'm gonna wait for all my students to be ready. to be present, right? Because there's always going to be these games, but they also have a grade, right? So let me see, just give me 1 second. No, that's not the one. Let me see. I had it open, but I don't know what happened. It was closed all of a sudden. All of a sudden it closed. So let me access again. Okay. Second. Again. And again. Second again. Okay. I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, so this is going to be a practice before we try the quiz, okay? Let's try this before. Okay. Finally got it. Okay, I'll share the link and everything now. There you go. Okay, it's called past simple versus past continuous. So let me share the link in here. Let me share the link in the chat. There you go. Okay, so through the chat, you can access the link and you can enter the game. Okay. So we have to read really carefully and we have to type, okay, the verbs or maybe auxiliary forms or maybe negative forms, questions, missing gaps to play. Okay, I have Damaris here and Juan and Natalia and Kateshi. And
Señor, ¿me podría ayudar con el link en el chat?
of
Si es
course,
acaso, o si alguien lo puede,
of
en el
course.
de
No, no,
WhatsApp.
no. Oh, WhatsApp. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me open WhatsApp web. Okay, I always forget to open WhatsApp web, and I should have that open because it's very practical, right? It's easier. Okay, just give me 1 moment. I'm grabbing WhatsApp web from my laptop. Sometimes it takes a little time. Okay, let's be patient. And don't worry. Okay, I got it. Okay, Wendy, there you go. And I will share the other activities, okay? Let me try to find them, find the other activities that we were doing yesterday. The slides are in here. So if you want me to share the slides again, I might share the slides too in WhatsApp if you need it. And there was one extra activity, and that was called Jamboard. I think that was in Jamboard. Let me see if I can find it so I can share it with you in here. Let me see if I can find the Jamboard access while everybody joins the game, okay? And I will share it in WhatsApp. Okay. I don't know if you got it already. If you didn't, okay. And that was Jamboard. Okay. So on English level 3 WhatsApp, there is the quizzes access, there is the slides access, and there's the Jamboard access for someone who might need it. Okay, anybody. Okay. Okay, let's go back to quizzes. Okay, let's see how many people I should have. How many students? How many are we? ¿Cuántos somos? Let me see. ¿Cuántos somos? We are 17, right? 17 people. So I should have 17 students on my game, and I just have 14. So I have Daniela, Wendy, Wilson, Juan, Gaby, Luis, my Juanes. Where are the Juanes? Juan Vera, Juan Fernando, Luis, Luis Cabello is in here. And what about Luis Nieto? Okay, there is Nieto. Okay, I'm missing. Okay, I can see you now. Wendy, Wilson, Juan, Jessica. Where is Jessica? I'm missing Jessica. Right? And Ernesto. ¿Dónde está Ernesto? Ernestito. ¿Quiere que le comparta el link de nuevo? Okay, there is Ernesto. I'm missing Jessica. One more chicken. Se me salió un pollito. Okay, there you go. Okay, now we can start. Everybody's here. I'm gonna turn my camera off, okay? Because of the interaction on the game, my internet connection might be slower. Last night, you have to type the answer, okay? In the bed, when suddenly I heard someone scream. But I was, okay. So that's the statement, and you have to type the answer. Okay, we still have 20 seconds. Okay, and this is what you are typing. Some of you, good. Now the clock is ticking. I'm missing 2 more people. Time is over. Okay, good. Time's up. Okay, good. And this is the leaderboard. So last night I was reading in the bed when suddenly I heard someone scream. Okay, good. Next. I not drive very fast when the accident happened. So you're describing something. Maybe you're telling the police officer, right? Maybe you were in the accident, but you're telling him, I wasn't driving very fast when the accident happened. So you're describing what happened, right? Okay. The clock is ticking. Mhm. Se acaba, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba. Time's up. Okay. Leaderboard.
Miss, no hay que poner
Oh, what happened?
apóstrofe.
Oh,
Yo
okay.
puse contracción y
Sí,
me
por
salió
eso no hay que
correcto.
poner
Yo también puse
apóstrofe.
contracción.
Sí, yo
Oh,
también
my
puse
God.
apóstrofe.
A mí me sale mal, pero, ajá, creo que es el apóstrofe también.
Ok, ya esa no la hagamos válida. Oh my God. Eso fue, fue un robo, como en el fútbol, entonces me robaron, me robaron. Ay, no, qué terrible. Ok, again. What? At 8 o'clock on, no, I think this on shouldn't be there. Last Sunday. Okay. Let me take this out. Por aquí alguien rayó. Ok. Ya. Mhm. Good. This is what you were writing. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Vamos a ver qué pasó. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay. Natalia and Gaby and Daniela.
La respuesta correcta ahí era what you doing?
What were you doing at 8 o'clock last Sunday? What were you doing? Without contractions. Okay. One more. Tom, a photograph of me while I was not looking. So when I was distracted, I wasn't looking, he took a photograph of me. Ajá. Se acaba el tiempo, se acaba el tiempo, se acaba el tiempo. I'm missing 2 people. I have 15. Ah, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba. Se acabó. Okay. Let's see. Chart view. Okay, who's on top? Natalia, good. Natalia, Gaby, and Daniela. What happened?
La
again?
respuesta ahí, teacher, era
Past
was
tense.
taken.
No. He took a photo of me while I wasn't looking. So it's an action that happened while something else was happening. So it could be, remember, it could be a mix of past simple or past continuous. Okay, so he took a photo of me while I wasn't looking. So that's why, don't worry. We have one more. Vamos a ver otra. Okay. We saw an accident while, it lets you know that they're describing. So we saw an accident while we were waiting for the bus. Entonces en el camino, cuando usted iba en el bus, uy, vimos un accidente. So you're describing something that happened in the past. So it's not really, you saw the accident while you were waiting. So you were waiting and then, oh my God, look at that. Eso pasa en Guayaquil a cada rato. You might be anywhere and then you see an accident. Okay, me faltan. I only have 13 people. I still have more. I need more answers. Okay, let's see. Good. Okay. So we saw an accident while we were waiting for the bus. Okay, one more. Was Andy when you called him? So was Andy driving a car when you called him? Hmm? So you're describing an action in happening in progress at a specific moment in the past. So how you describe it in here, was Andy driving a car when you call him? Okay, let's see. Se acaba, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba. These are some of your answers. Okay. Vamos a ver, ¿qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Good. Gaby, okay. Ya desplazado por ahí. Was Andy driving a car when you called him? Good. Okay, one more. At 5 o'clock this morning, what was she doing at 5 o'clock this morning? Maybe she was sleeping, but according to the statement, she was doing her homework, right? So at 5 o'clock, what was she doing? She might have been sleeping, but at 5 o'clock, she was doing an assignment. Okay, so you're describing an action happening. Well, something else was happening in the past while she was sleeping. Okay, aún me faltan 15. I need two more. I need 2 more chickens. 16. Se acaba. Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, good. While she was doing her homework. Okay, one more. Why you at 1 a.m. yesterday? If it's you, is it was or where? And it's a negative statement. So it should be why.
Un apóstrofe.
No, I think without, because I mean, they're not using any contractions. Let's see your answers, some of your answers. Why were sleeping? Okay, why were you not sleeping? Because it's a negative statement. Why were you not sleeping at 1 a.m. yesterday? So what happened? You were not sleeping. Okay, let's see. Okay.
La respuesta era were not sleeping. Ya,
Why
pero
Ajá.
lo que pasa es que yo puse pensando que sí tenía que contestar.
¿Y
O sea, el
tenemos que poner
slash.
la coma o no?
I mean, no, the comma is just to separate, I mean, the two different sections. My brother, his teeth, and then he went to bed. So he was brushing his teeth and then he went to sleep, right? So I'm describing. Okay. some of your responses. Was brushing, was brushing, just brushing. Okay, but you always need auxiliary, right? My brother was, why is it was? Because I'm talking about my brother. It's a he. He was brushing his teeth and then he went to bed. Okay, let's see. Se acaba, se acaba, se acaba, se acaba. Okay. There we go. Okay, good, Gabby. Okay. He was brushing his teeth and then he went to bed. Vamos, vamos, una más, una más. I don't know how many. While I was walking down the street, so what happened? While I was walking down. Remember that begin is an irregular verb, so it will change. It will not be begin in the past. How do you write begin in the past? Began.
Began.
Right? So it's not gonna be begin. While I was walking down, it began to rain. It might happen, it usually happens. So I'm describing. Again, it's a description. Ya se nos acaba, se acaba, se acaba. Se acaba el partido. Okay. Good. Gabby. It began to rain. Good. One more. The children in the playground at this time yesterday. So what they were doing, what they were the children doing? The children, if I'm talking about the children, it's plural, right? It means that there's more than two boys or girls, right? So it's a plural form. The children were playing at this time yesterday. Where they were playing? In the playground, maybe in the park, but they were playing. Okay. ¿Cómo vamos? ¿Cómo vamos? ¿Cómo vamos? Ajá. Time is up. Veamos, veamos, veamos.
Antes que ponga la otra pregunta,
Of course.
me quedó la duda de la pregunta anterior. ¿Cómo era? ¿No era it was beginning?
No. So it began to rain. Don't worry. The children were playing in the playground at this time yesterday. Good. Vamos, otra más, otra más. So this is a question. Television, when I phone you. So when I phone you, what were you doing? If it's you, it's not gonna be was you watching, right? It's gonna be were you watching? Were you watching television when I phoned you or not? So I'm asking the question. I'm asking maybe my friend, my mother, my father. Were you watching television when I phoned, or you were doing something else? Or maybe she was sleeping, maybe she was driving, maybe she was on another call. Okay, these are your responses. But if it's you, it's not gonna be was, it has to be where. Were you watching? Okay, good. think I had 2 more responses for the very last time. Let me see. Were you watching television when I phoned you? Because I'm talking about you. Were you, right? Okay, again. I saw Adele at the party, right? So what was she wearing? I'm describing the way she was dressed. She was wearing a really beautiful dress. So I'm telling my friend, oh, I saw Diana at the party. I saw Carla at the party. I saw Wendy at the party. She was wearing a beautiful red dress. So I'm like gossiping about my friend. And I'm describing how she was dressed. What was she wearing? Okay. Se acaba el tiempo. Se acaba el tiempo. Se acaba. Time's up. Okay, one more. Good. Okay, and she was wearing a really beautiful dress. Good. Tom, his hand while he was cooking. So how do you write burn in the past? It's not gonna be burned. It's not ED. I think burn. I'm sorry. I think it's burnt. Burnt, right? It's not burned. It's not ED at the end. Let me see. Burn becomes burnt like this. Burnt. B-U-R-N-T. So Tom burned his hand while he was cooking in the kitchen, because you might be cooking or frying something and you can burn your hand. Maybe your hand, your face. It might happen. So what happened to Tom? And there we
Entonces
go.
ahí ¿cómo se coloca, teacher? Entonces no se pone was burnt.
No, it was
Was burnt.
yeah, I'm describing what happened to him when he was while he was cooking, he burned his hand. Se quemó. So Tom burned his hand while he was cooking in the kitchen. This while is always a description. So while he was cooking, he burned. It might be that he burned, he fell down, he had an accident. So
Pero
while
en la oración quedaba entonces Tom
burned his hand.
O sea, directamente el
pasado.
burnt.
Ajá, aquí sería pasado, solamente en pasado. Tom se quemó la mano. Se quemó la mano. ¿Qué estaba haciendo él? Mientras estaba haciendo qué cosa? While he was cooking. Entonces solamente aquí lo único que había que poner era el verbo en pasado. No había que poner ni auxiliar. Ajá, ni nada de eso.
Thank you.
Ajá, don't worry. Okay, vamos. Creo que tenemos una magia. I don't know how many questions did I add. I think there were like 20. But the more the better. So we can keep practicing. When it was raining. So that's past, right? When I got up this morning, it was raining. So is it get up in the past? It becomes got up. Because it's past tense, right? When I got up in the morning today, it was raining. When I got up in the morning, it was shining. It was cloudy. So I'm describing. But when did it happen? When I got up. It could be got up, it could be woke up, but it's always past tense. Let me see your responses. Good, Dani. Natalia, Damaris, Juan Fernando, Juliana, This is just past tense. Vamos de nuevo. Let me see. When I got up, it was raining. Good. One more. Again. Buddy and Rami about something when I walk into the room. So yo entré and what they were doing, they were, but no, but I told you, but no, but no, but you, but no, but she. So they were arguing, right? So they were arguing about something. I don't know the topic because I just was, I went into the room. I walked into the room and I heard them having an argument. So if it's Buddy and Rami, it's they, right? If it's they, it's not gonna be was, they was, it's gonna be they were. So Buddy and Rami were, and how do you write argue with ing? It becomes arguing. So they were arguing about something. I don't know what it was, but they were having an argument. Okay, and time was really fast now. Okay, let's see. They were arguing about something when I walked into the room. Let me check. One more. Jane, what were you doing at 8:45 last night? And Mike answered, at 8:45, so he's letting her know. What were you doing? Let me see your responses. Good. I was doing. So he's explaining her what he was doing at 8:45. I was doing my homework. Maybe it's his mother, right? La mamá que le pregunté, ¿qué estabas haciendo a las 8:45? Oh, I was doing my homework. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I was doing my homework. One more. This is forever. Okay. Bob went to bed at 10 p.m. last night. What was he doing before? Before he went to bed, to going betting, cuando va a hacer apostar. To bet something es cuando hace apuestas. Bob went to bed at 10 p.m. last night. But before, I think it's not to bed, it's bed, right? Instead of beds. So what was he doing before going to bed? He
Was playing.
With his kitten before. So he was playing with his kitten and then he went to bed at 10 p.m. I was getting confused with the word. To bed has another meaning. It's to bed. Okay. Good. Okay. And let me see. He was playing. Then we have one more. How many questions does this have? Oh, this is 19 already. Okay. While my mom was preparing the dinner, the phone, is it ring? Oh, how do you write ring in the past? It becomes rang, right? It's an irregular verb, so it's not gonna be ring, it's gonna be rang. While my mom was preparing the dinner, the phone sonó el teléfono. But what was she doing? She was cooking, right? your responses. Right. Kateshi, good. Wilson. Jocelyn, Daniela. Wendy. Okay. Good. The phone rang. And I think this is the last one. So this is last question. Well, Andy, oh, again, it's very similar. Well, Andy, dinner, the phone rang. So what was she doing when the phone rang? She was cooking dinner, right? So again, it's another description. Okay, ya casi estamos. We're almost done. Good. And these are your answers. There's always an auxiliary form for the past continuous. Was cooking, were playing, was working, was walking, was ringing, were playing, were standing. Okay. And that's it. There's no more questions. That is the last question. And let's see who's the winner. Oh, I don't have winners in here. Okay, I do have winners. Gabby, Juliana, Gabby, Daniela, and Juliana. Excellent. Okay. And this is it also gives us the accuracy level. So it needs more practice, but practice makes perfect. Okay, and that was just a pre-practice, right? Now let's try the practice in well, you know what? Let's leave it after the break. Okay, let's have a break now. And when we come back, we can still work on Moodle. Okay, so we can have a break now. We still have to work on grammar activities, and there's something else. And then we might move on to Unit 2C. Okay, so but let's have a break now. So you can go to the bathroom, stretch your legs. Okay, so we'll be back at 11:05 somehow. Okay, let's have a 10-minute